OMiT. This one's looking like a fast 2-0 here. I'm checking my watch. What about you, Vincent?
I think on paper that is absolutely what it is, but we shall see. Anthran's commitment to his bit is absolutely stellar. So you know what?
I say commitment to OMiT.
Okay, I'm hearing the bells. But here we
Let's go.
Yeah. Very aggressive amount of players here in Cave and Jaguar for Legacy, and ultimately they've traded out even, but look at where Dumal's located. He's got the cutoff and a couple of shots ringing out that unfortunately doesn't actually connect. So he's going to have to go back over towards A, play a little bit of a different game once they get back onto the site.
The only issue is now that they feel pressured to take something. They feel pressured to try to take a fight, when in reality, they don't necessarily have to. Taken down as Obi, but it's still a 2-on-3. You've still got low health on 1, and you do have to worry about Sadzin on this retake unless Dumao's going to clean house for you. And 2-0 in the 1v3. He's got an opportunity, I'll give him that. And there isn't really a hit in play right now for this Legacy squad. However, I think OMiT cooked a little too hard. This round wasn't looking all that bad in the 3-on-3. Yes, you had Dumao deep in mid, but the fact is, you knew where everybody was. They had that free plant. They could have tucked back in Donut, played the honest-to-God 3-on-3, and this round would have been vastly different.
I think that OMiT actually not really making an error so much as Legacy playing a really smart game, forcing OMiT into a very difficult bunch of decisions that really had no good answer. But let me talk about the big deal here, that you're not a real OMiT fan, because that's into O, not into 2-0. Get with the program, pal. Come on.
All right.
Fake fan.
All right. Well, then how would I know this is a B push, huh? Yeah, explain that one. Laxi. Only explanation he's given is on his Galil. Good start, but not an amazing finish. It's kills back in the favor of Legacy. But health is still something to fear, as Sadzin and Lato are walking wounded for the remainder of the round. Still a bit of utility left to make this more interesting is OMiT. And there's no kits right now, so Legacy do have to somewhat worry about time management moving back into this retake. They've got 1 flash, they've got 1 smoke. However, almost everybody is regrouping around through Catwalk. This is taking them a sizable chunk of time. They can't lose Sadzin and CT. That would conclude the round almost definitely. And Joel sits back and waits.
This might be over already with the time so low. Gonna have to do this like immediately, and first openings aren't even there. Yeah, that smoke for Deep CT essentially wins OMiT the round, and he really like to play this aggressive force fly game, and this is why it can be so effective. Legacy caught off just a little bit, and not even in a big way. They just lose the 1 player on site, and that's it. Good trades. It doesn't matter. They get the Deep CT smoke down, and the post plant set well.
And you know the way of the world. I mean, losing that second round after winning the pistol, not a particularly good scene. And for now, I would imagine they're trying to set up Calamity. Now, I think he makes this a bit more interesting, rounds like this, and maybe even Ancient in totality, because it feels so unorthodox to roll into so many of your gun rounds with like a MAC-10, which Calamity is no stranger to doing. I mean, here is case in point. Sure, it's a bonus, but you'll see this more. And Legacy, I don't really know how they're going to react to that pace. I mean, obviously, in the past, it's not gone phenomenally, but it's still different. It's not something you're typically used to.
I mean, I think at this point, Legacy gonna have a good idea of what they should be expecting, right? This is the 5th map of play in the last couple of weeks between these 2 squads, so absolutely they're prepared. That said, I also want to mention that I think Calamity has been adjusting a little bit over these last couple of games I've seen. A little bit more willing to not go for that MAC-10 in some of the more aggressive rounds. Indeed, though, because Legacy, they've collected a gun. They don't necessarily have any information towards B where the bomb's about to go down. They are getting a flank formulated.
This plant kind of perplexes me. They've gone on the other side of the pillar, and, I mean, Sadzin's gotten the one-way info. There's no A-crawls against that unless he's back in. 1v3 now for Laxi, and there's still a massive unknown right now. Where is Dumao? Where is he running in from? Shoulder given, head spotted, kill looking to be taken as the smoke dissipates in cave. Now he's sandwiched, now he's pincered in, spins around as they both push him down, and he was close, but not close enough. Laxi gave it his all, but the trades were so good.
This is actually relatively close. I think he's got it, but
No, he's got it. He's got it.
Gotta give credit where it's due to Legacy, though. Just some...
I've IGL'd the trenches enough to know when they get the full 10-second defuse.
Have you? Also, looking up the top, you know, having a cheat code, that too.
Hush. Hush.
But yeah, I was just gonna...
Using the resources available to you, buddy?
That's on my bad. I do appreciate Legacy in a round where, yeah, they're force buying in, but it's really lackluster in what weaponry they have, mostly just pistols and that scout. Their setups, you know, creative ways to give them little advantages to end up winning in trades. Ultimately, a nice victory in the 3-on-2. Neck is pushing all the way up towards mid, and he was sort of alone. That was potentially some space to work with, but Laxi loses his life, and the man advantage given over to Legacy.
What was so hard about that, too, is that it was a one-sided duel, right? It seems very on paper even, but you still had players in-house supporting him. You had Sadzin throwing flashes. You had an extra player from Catwalk to guarantee that trade. So that was more one-sided than initially led on to, and now OMiT have to work from that. Nice shots come out, but kills still don't exchange hands even on 8 HP. Neck is... still stands until Obi steps back out, and maybe the health does play a role now, as they've conquered the A site temporarily, as smoke blocks him in CT. In fact, 2, it's double trouble as the bomb comes on a long-winded rotation.
I know that's going to end up mattering because Legacy seem real quick to get back into this retake, even before the bomb can get planted. That flashbang, unfortunately, it's a team flash there. Obi gets them both off the back of it, and Sadzin left inside the smoke, hoping it's going to fade away, and as it does, into 2-0, sends him packing. It's OMiT as we continue to force back and forth across this map. There is no one staking a claim to this early game.
Typically, I mean, Legacy are pretty even split on this map, so I think the ball is really in OMiT's court as the time goes on. It's a good, I mean, phenomenal start, I'd almost argue, to this half, right? Because it feels like you're teeing yourselves up to eventually break through, and now instead of getting an eco that's going to give you your second round, your third round, that's going to be like your fourth, fifth. Something that could almost set you up for the rest of the half. A couple of good nades, knowing Neck is deep in mid, crawls easy trade, and this one's looking a little cleaner for now. Wait, they don't know Jumouse here. They don't know. That might be a free kill in a 5-7, and Sadzin's coming all the way around through A main. There are so many chaotic moments occurring in this round. Sadzin's joining up, but the B site's ripped open.
Wait, Obi's got the
still stuck in T-spawn, though.
But they've got no clue. They've got no way of having that information. Obi knows that he's got to be careful, but careful he's been, waiting for Calamity to come back in and provide that coverage. Really interesting round from OMiT, though. The fact that Calamity's like sending it up shelf, right? HE down mid ends up kind of interesting because it breaks the smoke and allows for a much easier crunch onto Nekis, who was there pretty quickly. I don't think that was really intentional because that smoke's just a lot less deep than it would traditionally have been. I think Legacy threw it on the fly as opposed to a lineup from spawn, but still some interesting thought process behind the utility out from OMiT in the early round. And I will say one of the things that I think OMiT needed to identify after their losses in Advanced, the games that I saw, particularly on Ancient, they were, first of all, mentally, taken out of the game once they got to Ancient, but a lot of errors in utility, not throwing flashes, just not being willing to do the little things, the fundamental things that honestly sometimes OMiT can get away with, but not against Legacy. I think that's something that they are doing better already.
I mean, we've seen it, right? That last retake from Legacy where they came bursting out of Temple. It was an amazing flash that came through from OMiT.
I think that was a team
Obi
flash.
Up for 2.
I think it was a team
I don't know.
flash.
I thought I saw it come back in from A tons.
I could be wrong. I'm not that certain of it.
But, I mean, there have still been some moments of worry, right? I do like you bring it out because there's been good, there's been bad. A couple of rounds ago where we see Nekis walk down mid and get an opening pick, there was no supportive utility to help him get that win for OMiT. It was just as cut and dry as run out, hope it goes well. Same with this, however, this time it seems...
Oh my!
Nope. I was going to say it seems like it's going well until Barton gets his hands on the round, and all of a sudden, multiplies his impact by 2, keeps them in the 4-on-2, and with only an AK and FAMAS left, it's not like it's improbable, but it's certainly not likely.
And this is, Lotto, I thought maybe it was going to get a freebie there on the Kralls, but no. The deep CT smoke, but Nekis is already through. This is massive, unaware is Kralls. And that one AK saved over, gives 2 for Barton. Nekis has grabbed a couple more, and it's up to Obi in the clutch. He was incredibly precise. Credit to him, is the guy that was talking about Obi and his precision on this AK. We saw it a ton yesterday, but he needs all 3.
It really just depends. How quick can he isolate these fights? How fast can he flick around? Because right now, the way Legacy are set up, this feels poised for disaster. OMiT, you've got Dumao to just worry about when it comes to information. Then you've got to flick around, get Nekis and Sandwich. And that's where this becomes even more difficult. I mean, he's got the smoke to split them apart, though. So, is a world he can maybe clinch this out. But with 18 seconds time, is really drawing thin. Headshot connects! Couldn't get the 180 spray, and you can't blame him. He tried his best, but it's the setup from Legacy that ruins it and keeps us tied at 3-all.
Oh, look at that lineup. I didn't realize how lined up they were for Barton. And N2O's coming back into that, thinking, okay, I just need to get this trade frag onto the Donut player before he can get out with the AK. And he swings into 3 guys. Just really impressive from Legacy, making life difficult for N2O. And OMiT equalized once more. When they think they've got a little bit of space to work with, it evaporates in an instant. CT side wins on essentially an eco, but the saved AK delivers 4 out of those 5 kills.
Goes to show these 2 rifles can make a lot of difference. Calamity unable to find the first. Same with N2O trying to pull it back on B. I don't know, but I also don't really know if it matters all that much. They've invested so much of their utility in just flashes and such to try and get these opening picks that they got enough to get onto a site, sure, hold it off, different story. And at this point, you've got to come walking into Dumao.
Yeah, and the bomb's in spawn as well. So even if OMiT actually win this fight against Dumao, this is a really tough fight to win. But if they do, they've got to grab the bomb and hurry up on the move. There we go. Dumao's gone. The process of collecting everything is Obi. As Laxi moves forward. How has Nekis fallen? That is mid-control gone. OMiT. You lose the man early. And as per usual, 4v5's no problem. As I get the numbers punched in with an advantage now in their own hands.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised if you see them motion out. If you're Legacy, yeah, you already saw the impact with the 2 rifles. What about a 3rd? Molly 2 flashes and a kit, but they aren't even going to bother looking in. And this round is so unfortunate for Legacy because you have Nekis rotate into house on a great timing. And as N2O is clearing out some of those more nitty-gritty angles in Donut to try and see if anybody's poking around to hold up mid still, you see the shoulder of Nekis, who I believe actually spots the barrel of N2O. That's a one-sided piece of information. N2O was too busy focused on Donut. He didn't see Nekis, but by the time Nekis swings, N2O drops. He's now looking at house, and Nekis walks straight in. That was the round's deciding duel.
And, you know, even beyond that, I want to talk a little bit about Dumao there, who does a bunch of damage, tags up a couple of players, but has been one of the most impressive players for Legacy, right? I mean, he got brought in and has just continually looked good. I think that the fact that he's unable to at least get the 1-for-1, big problem for Legacy, and that's for me one of the big win conditions for OMiT, is that if they are winning head to head, if they can make their general strategy of just shoot better work out against Legacy, well then hey, all bets are off, Anthran, and you know, maybe you got something cooked up.
Hello now. You gotta toot my horn yet. Trust me, there'll be plenty of that if things continue to go the way they are. However, Lado has an objection to raise, which is a flash straight into Calamity's face and a kill to combine. Now it's a mid-regrouping for OMiT that doesn't really seem all that strong. You've got 2 players here. The only big help is that Legacy have kept a hands-off approach. Nobody keeping an eye on house either.
I think I've got an objection to raise too, because Calamity is right now really struggling in that opening engagement.
True.
Out towards Jaguar, like consistently getting bested. And that's certainly something OMiT have to keep an eye on. A little high-low. Up against Not, this should be a recipe for success.
Oh, they know. They know. But how do you crack this open? There's 3 on B, and N2O can't really he can't contest. He's got 17 health. Going back in is an instant trade that you can't afford to take this late into the round. And look at this setup on B, man. There's only 3 actually on the site, but 4 quickly nearby. Not looking great. I like the reroute, but time paints a different picture.
Really important that, yeah, Obi needed to win that fight if there was really any chance. I say that. Actually, Legacy have adjusted themselves. They've given a lot more space over at B. Critical trade from Sadson, though. Bomb almost certainly to get planted because of it. Yeah, absolutely massive.
Ooh, hold on, though. I mean, you still got the up and play cross. No way! He TKs. Necky's on 10 HP, but it doesn't matter. Oh, my lord.
Friendly fire! Friendly fire!
That was so close, too. I mean, if they walk away 2-on-2 there, you look at Necky's on 10 HP. All of a sudden, it doesn't matter how low you are, because you've got an op in one hand and a low HP for the AK on the other. It was so doable. Oh, it's just so insanely unfortunate, man. And then steps into the nade, dive bombs it. OMiT. They keep shooting themselves in the foot every step of the way.
This is what puts Legacy above most teams at this level, though. It's those decisions made right in the last 30 seconds of the round to play a little bit more passive. Honestly, would have been fine for them to stick on the site, but playing a little bit more passive, ensuring that they're playing trades effectively, even though it goes almost as bad as it could have for them, with Kral's getting a double, they still clean it up, and that's that late round decision making that I think Legacy are really good at, and in comparison to most teams at the level that they've been playing, not even close when it comes to measuring up in comparison. Now, I do want to point out as well, OMiT, a team that I've noticed, do not take tactical timeouts. They do not have any interest. I wonder if maybe they could benefit from one or two. Just saying.
Turning of a new leaf. Look, it happens today. OMiT shocked the world.
Wait, you're calling it?
Issue. Uh-oh.
You think it's gonna happen?
Oh no, I highly doubt it.
Okay.
I'm just, you know, we still have a little bit of the, yeah. What about it over there, Peanut Gallery? But I've still got a little bit of air left in this copium tank sat beside me. If you can hear the thing still clanking over here.
I mean, again, I'm really reticent ever to give you anything because you just take it all. But
oh, it goes straight to my head.
Yeah, this has been competitive. It's been pretty good for OMiT, and the fact.
Wait, I think my ears. Could you? Just one more time.
Sorry, I can't repeat. But I think considering that it's been such a struggle for OMiT in some of those opening duels, the fact that they are still having a lot of success is actually really good news for them. And it's still early days. We're only into round 9, but not bad in the slightest.
Yeah, but it's still just, it alarms me, right? Because it's not just, I like that you pointed out Calamity, because it's a valid point. Numbers-wise, he's struggling in Cave specifically. In his area, he's struggling. But I think it's showing a bigger sign of a flaw right now from OMiT. How many times have we had to look at Legacy finding the opening pick in almost all of these rounds? Even when OMiT aren't pushing, even when OMiT are pushing, it doesn't necessarily feel like it's something intrinsically wrong with the game plan, but what of those more micro things, like whether it's utility, whether it's ineffective trading, whether it's poor spacing, whether it's miscommunication, whatever that may be, there's been so many rounds, even with OMiT winning some of them, that they go in, lose an opening duel, have to play it from a 4-on-5, and somebody has to step up big. A lot of these rounds, if they were to go of intention, if it's Calamity finding the opening pick, or Obi in mid of some sort, then they could be whitewashing these rounds. They would instantly force Legacy to a save. So many different ways it could go on. I think that's the #1 thing that needs to be addressed.
And at this point, that is just a coulda situation. But yeah, well, always that opportunity, that chance, things to change up. This was a 1-for-1. Mount ends up grabbing the first as Lotto, unable to tuck into the corner, gets traded himself. His neck is again towards mid, winning his ones. And Barton, this is incredibly aggressive, walking, edging through the smoke. It's Krause on the other side, but Barton doesn't get the vision. It's two remaining, but now down to one with Sadson playing coverage on the AWP.
That's hard pathing, man. That's really hard to scale into the site like that, and you've still got to worry about this Sadson off, but again, benefit is, Neck is on half HP. And they're going to have to start thinking about this one a little bit more because as time really starts to develop, they have to consider the alternative of him going to the other side of the map. Oh, they allow him to cross. Getting a bomb plan here would be huge. No shoulder scene. What the? Oh, you cooked a little too hard. I'm not going to lie.
A little bit overzealous, I would agree. Nonetheless, Sadson, I think OMiT thinking, well, we've essentially killed two players that are towards B. Probably should have been expecting at least one more, but didn't expect the AWP, that's for sure. That is actually 3 towards B that they got. So I mean, you can understand why OMiT think that they have space to scale. Sadson just there in time, has a really great position and takes advantage. The lack of awareness from OMiT. Legacy now in the lead, and OMiT down to a pretty significant save. Sans Calamity, who's on the classic.
Oh, hold on. Opening kill goes there. Wait, this is a bomb plant, and even if they don't get a round out of this, it's rather huge. I mean, do damage in a round that was already close. 3-on-3. Bomb is down. They're stuck outside of the site, and things continue to go chaotic. Calamity, this MAC-10's not done cooking as it sprints in CT spawn. He switches to the Glock. Now it's left to Sadson. They came into the round with Tech 9s. They've come out of it, maybe hoisting the trophy of the 5th. As soon as Sadson's spotted, as soon as that barrel is seen, Krause is swinging out and locking it in. OMiT, they are so back.
I mean, I don't know that they were ever gone, and this is why, a thing that I talked about time and time again yesterday when we were watching OMiT and Take Flight, it's that these types of rounds are supremely winnable for OMiT because of Calamity. In this one, he's got a ridiculous shot onto Lotto. I mean, that one is absurd, but he's continuing to push forward, and it's this third with the Glock that really just makes you put your hands up and say, what the hell, man? How are we supposed to deal with this? We've been talking about maybe a missing piece in Calamity for the majority of this game. He comes away, gets them a Glock round.
Again, it's in almost every one of these rounds that they have these massive advantages, right? I mean, you've got Obi walking out mid and pretty much just removing any big one-up they could have had. And it's not even entirely on him. There's just no supporting cast.
What? What? Huh?
You see, here's the problem. The bombs in spawn, they have to go back. And I don't think Laxy's just gonna collect. No, he is. Wow.
No,
all right.
Legacy never actually saw it, so.
Well, I know. I just thought he would try to go up, get that kill, get the trade because he wasn't there, but I guess not.
This is a round that is very much a Legacy victory in the making if they can convert. Obviously, Neck is wrapping that up is huge, and they're about to walk right into him.
Oh, no.
Calamity goes down, 2 remain. OMiT, as soon as they win a Glock round themselves, they, up against a force buy, are in some trouble. 3 strong at the B side as well for Legacy.
They've still got these 2 rifles, sure, but I feel like at most you're gunning for a bomb plant here, and you're not going to clear this corner. There's a free kill from Sadson. Just to his credit, a free trade back. Oh, you're sticking his plan, aren't you? Yeah, this is round done and dusted. Laxy, that was hard to justify, but I mean, these rounds are almost frustrating because it almost seems repetitive, the same way that they're losing these opening duels, but with slight tweaks in the wrong area. It's like, it's almost like we're watching OMiT play Monopoly, constantly go to jail, and then instead of like rolling lower of some sort, they just switch the board game to Sorry instead. Like that's not the problem here.
I don't know. I don't know that I understand that comparison, but okay.
I mean, it's not them and where they're pushing. It's not that, oh, this time we need to be pushing up ramp, or we need to be pushing in A tons or pushing in cave. That's not the problem. The problem is how they're going about it.
Well, whatever the issue is, truly, Legacy taking advantage in a bunch of these rounds. Obviously, some ridiculous moments. Eco wins a force buy victory there for Legacy off the back of somehow, some way. Neck is walking through and getting a kill with the MP9.
Ooh, wow, great trade. Give that up. That nade, it's going to be, I thought it'd be decently chunky, but apparently not.
Just
Sets him up well, though. They know that op is in mid.
It's a nice setup as well. Nekis loses track of the spray. That'll be traded, sure, but man advantage held for OMiT as the bomb goes down. Have to do a lot, though. That flashbang somehow is effective as Calamity and Krause trade him one into another. Both pick up the frag. Up alone. Sadson. An effort required. A massive one. Bomb already essentially gone. No kit. Oh, I think one is down. His time has expired. That says this round.
Look, all I'm saying, that was a good half. That was a competitive half.
It was. I mean, here's where I'm...
Can I just say we never saw, like, a full eco?
Well, because it's OMiT.
I mean, well, I more meant, like, we never progressed past force buying.
Again, I submit to you, OMiT, do not save. The one round they saved, they won.
Was that a save? I thought they forced.
No, it was Calamity on on a Mac 10, and then everybody else was, kept like 2K. No, they saved. It was an eco.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
I'm a
and then Legacy, I mean, they force spot again, and they won the force spot. Yeah, there was one eco, and it was OMiT winning it.
All I'm saying, last time they played on this map, it was 13-3. I'm just throwing it out there.
Fi is angrily in my ear, and understandably so, saying that they force spot for 12 rounds, which is absolutely what happened.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, hold on a second. Look how far, how deep through B they are.
Whoa! What is going on?
2-0 couldn't... I couldn't quite put it together. Didn't know quite when to take that shot. Somehow, some way, Legacy are on A.
I don't think you clear this. You don't clear this ever. Not in a million years. It's a half clear, sure, and the trade comes in, but you've got a 3-on-4 in the pistol. And the only thing you've got going for yourselves is donut control, really. I mean, you lost CT technically, you lost Temple, you lost Tons. And maybe the fact that they don't have utility could come back to help you, but these crossfires are so strong and deadly, man. How do you sneak Calamity in here? How do you somehow slither him into getting a kill? The answer is you don't, and nobody's really answering back right now. Crawls tried, and there was another opportunity for a kill behind that. Same with this, but the pushes go nowhere, and beyond a handful of frags, it's Legacy on the pistol win again. And ladies and gentlemen, I think we all know what's coming next.
Well, yeah, I think we do. The fact is that Legacy didn't get a chance to actually convert this pistol win last half into anything of note. They lose out on it. I mean, it is CT side. There is a world where you go for the save. On this retake, though, I think OMiT, they had the kit, and so they were trying to provide some space for Legacy to take some fights. What?
They saved!
Oh, okay. I mean, come on. There's only so much force buy you could do in a single half.
Allow me to introduce OMiT.
Like I said, only so much force buy. A reasonable save called.
Sure.
So, to be fair, they did get a lot of kills, and there wouldn't have been an outrageous argument to go for the force either.
Oh no. Don't you dare tell me. That was just a P2K. Raw.
Yeah, it was.
Uh-oh. Why do I not like this? I mean, you got a half HP man to worry about. Even Sadson. I don't know how much I'm with that push. And you know what? Never mind.
Anthran, you are on the heaviest cope right now.
Again,
You get one P2K kill and you're like, whoa, hold on, wait a second.
The canister's running out over here, man.
I hope so, because you're taking helps every round.
Maybe my map too. Maybe my map too, it'll be gone. Let me just...
2 rounds in a row, which... That is exactly the amount of rounds that Legacy were able to put together in a row last half. Nobody, in fact, able to do much of anything more than that. That's how back and forth it was. Tied at the half, but now in the lead. OMiT have a bit of work to do. 2 MP9 strong on this first gun round in order to get a little bit more utility out. Unfortunately, that still doesn't leave them all too strong in that department.
Oh, Lord. I always get so scared when these spams come in. Especially at an MP9, man. I feel like that is a downhill battle. Or, I'm sorry, an uphill battle.
I mean, that wall is paper thin, but I don't know how well the MP9 does work at that.
Oh! That was scary. I saw that smoke pop open, and I'm sure their life flashed before their eyes as you saw Dumao get ready for a peek. That's a big kill to find back, though. Again, slight overextension, overstaying the welcome. That molly might spread to Calamity. You have to worry. And they're scaling in quick. No hesitation whatsoever as 3 of them litter the site. The kills don't line up. Calamity still here on the SMG! The master of them, it seems, is another MP9 round for him. May put them back on the board. CT side not done just yet, apparently. And on half HP, it's not like this is a free and done and dusted round, but Dumao himself ain't sitting pretty at Crossfire as they both look to go through the smoke, but Calamity's got them all lined up. No gun, no problem.
Just a little bit slow on the scaling towards the site there from Legacy. I think they were just a little bit concerned. They had a smoke though, and I'm a little confused at why they're not they're leaving all 3 of these angles open. Right, both cave, CT, and long. All of those are available for the swings, and Legacy didn't really. They had a choice there. They could have gone for a couple of smokes or at least something to cut some of those angles off, but they don't. And to continue the conversation about Calamity, as much as was really struggling early, has had some incredibly high impact moments, right? Two rounds in particular, that last being one of them.
Oh no, they're going into B and nobody's really keeping an eye on Cave right now. Again, Calamity's gonna have to do everything. The MP9 can only be asked of so much. Eventually, they'll break through that barrier and scale in. Utility isn't super amazing right now. That molly should provide some help. No, yes, okay, I thought it was gonna burn away at him. That kill is a requirement though. N2O, a big miss. Trade still in as we tick down to a minute remaining in the 2-on-2, and they're both spread apart. Obi, no way you're getting traded, my friend, so walking in might not be ideal, but he still takes one with him. Knowledge given. Knowing about Dumao, it's a big 1v1 that Laxi can't come out on top on. OMiT, it is slamming their fist into the wall and hoping eventually they break through. But Legacy, seems it's made of too strong a material.
And that's a 1v1 that Laxi is winning yesterday against Take Flight. But the swiftness of these trade frags from Legacy, absolutely phenomenal. True for OMiT as well by Tyad. But I think the big mistake is Obi and Laxi. You kind of mentioned it in the moment. Obi and Laxi playing a little bit too separated from one another. Obi going for a fight that ultimately he delivers 1-for-1, but he's really fortunate just to get away with that. OMiT, never done, never falter, never will be going for the save, it seems, because they have another 4 spot.
Not surprised.
No way that doesn't spread.
That's crazy. I mean, thankfully for Legacy's sake, they don't go in, because if they did,
Bro, they got scammed. Where did they buy that Molotov?
Let's go gambling. Like, that would not have been amazing.
I want to return.
I don't know, they probably found it in like a bargain bin or something. That was definitely like a 7-Eleven Molotov, for sure.
Wow, 7-Eleven hater. It's crazy. What is that from
pizza sucks.
N2O? He's got a fantastic little timing there. Martin goes down through smokes, really had no chance as Laxey's coming in for more. Again, gonna force the issue, and with 3 MP9s, they've got a 2-man advantage.
And time is a big factor right now. I mean, you've got so many angles to actually check on A. Like, yeah, typically, on paper, Obi's angle, it's not that big of a deal. It's the problem of all he has to do at this rate is stay alive, right? I mean, you might as well just tuck behind this box, make them waste 5-6 seconds trying to clear you, set your teammates up, because then at one point, if the bomb goes down, the round is done. And at that point, that's where we're at. They're going to scale in. They don't have time to do both, and Obi can just step out, collect a couple of free kills because they never checked the angle, and the round's done just like that. OMiT, another Force Spy win for the tally.
And I do wonder if the fact that they mollied Big Box initially had anything to do with them tossing their molly into Temple as opposed to towards Big Box there. Probably not, but just a funny little situation where Obi left unknown initially, doesn't get checked, and pulls them all back his direction. This time it's Legacy on the Force Spy and do the damage every single time, it feels. So has to do it once again. Calamity getting a forward position and loses his life. Double setup still towards B. Krawls has Obi on the other side, but he's removed. Krawls has it all to do, and 2 swinging at the same time. Leaves Laxey 1v2. Clutch required once more, and he's already tagged down. Lotto on a Tech 9. He'll go down, though. Dumao better for the swing. Nice recovery for Legacy. They do it again and again every single time. We look at this map. It's crazy how often we're seeing wins on half-buy, Force Buys. Doesn't matter what weaponry. There is always a threat.
At some point, it feels like we have to hold it against OMiT more so than propping it up for Legacy.
Look at this. Look at the score. Like the back and forth.
That's crazy. That is actually insane. Hey, what would you call this kind of game? Like, what would it be? Well, I don't know. It's evading me.
I hate that you think you're right when I even said you were right. It is competitive.
This is just payback for you guys the other day.
People don't know about that. That never happened.
I wasn't even there, and I was catching strays, dude.
No, they weren't strays. They were aiming directly at you.
Yo, look at it. Look who called it.
Oh, you were right. Let's go.
I don't make mistakes.
Yeah, you did call it as well. OMiT, I mean, like I said, this is a team where I think when things start to get out of hand, they're never like they never look tilted, but they look like maybe they have given up hope a little bit.
Yeah. I mean,
this is great news from them because this is a really competitive game. This is them playing, not I won't say at their best, but they are playing up to this level that Legacy is putting together.
The issue to me is just they don't know when to relax. I think this team, this OMiT squad, would...
Rich coming from you.
I'm just being completely honest. I thoroughly think a team like OMiT, with how they're playing right now, would potentially be like a contender in the region if they just based their entire team format off of The Gambler, that one song.
That one song. I
mean, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah,
knowing when to hold them, knowing when to fold them.
I mean, I think that is what they have committed to doing. I mean, here we go. Another really aggressive move. Out from in 2-0. Picks up 2 on the spray down. He's got another one. Trades come in, but they're late to the party. Lotto alone. And a 1v3 required. It's the clutches that have put Legacy ahead overall in this game. But I don't think it's a clutch to be. Lotto goes down. And OMiT, they continue to, I mean, I was going to say surprise, but it's to no one's surprise that the MP9s, they're ride or die.
Again, money in this round, abysmal for Legacy. This is a Force Spy from them. OMiT have 4 rifles, all the utility they could ever ask for on their Christmas list. Now they
rifles.
have to actually put... I said utility. Now they have
rifles.
to
Calamity's MP9 is basically a rifle.
Oh, you know what? You're right. But, like, again, rounds like this, we're seeing them so consistently lost from OMiT that it's not at this point a big thing that Legacy are doing, but OMiT are failing to do.
Well, Legacy certainly part of that equation, and here it is again. Krause gets absolutely run over. The push continues. Calamity, good for his too. And Barton continues. A smoke about to be dropped, and Laxi, he's going to force through it. He thought he had a timing, but timing not on his side. He's done it again. You said they keep getting away with it, and here they go.
I think I've identified it at this point. Like, I think we're going to look at it a bit, and I won't entirely steal it away, but it's a utility thing from OMiT. Like, I just said it. They came in with every piece they could have ever asked. Where was the ramp molly? Where was the ramp nade? Where was a flash to stop that?
There was a ramp molly. They waited it out.
Well, they have 5 mollies.
Okay, but they did. They threw the normal mollies. Legacy just waited to pull the trigger on their exec just a little bit after that. This time, they don't have the mollies because they don't have the money.
Don't you dare.
Okay,
all right. I don't think I've got bated breath now. I think it looks like we've finally toppled over.
Oh, the OMiT cope from the other side of this caster booth is crazy. Legacy, looking. I mean, Krause is actually.
No.
There's nobody else. No other team makes me feel like there is a hope and a prayer when they're walking in with an MP9 versus 2. There's just no one else.
I didn't even consider that.
No one else does it like OMiT.
Can I see Obi's Deagle again? Are those upside down Navi stickers?
They upside down? Actually, I mean,
I can't tell.
Yeah, I don't know. There's something up with them. Or
Right?
backwards.
They look weird. They look weird.
Yeah, no, they're definitely something up.
I mean, technically you could put them on the backside of the gun and then swap hands. I don't know. Ooh! Alright, Obi, hold up. How many more? I mean, look, Dumao, Lato, they're alright, let's not look at the nated mid-smoke.
12-9. Legacy. 3 chances. Close this map out. Himself up by 1. And I think that there's other things to mention here. Is that OMiT, this isn't like their map pick. This is Legacy's selection. Granted, OMiT are actually a good, ancient team, but
Yeah.
they're keeping themselves in this time and time again, and with how many little clutches there have been. I think that if I'm a player on OMiT, I'm feeling like I could certainly make the argument this could have gone a very different direction.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh, well. Laxi, he's made noise. Dumao knows about it. It seems like he is a sitting duck, and so there is assistance here, but not enough. This donut double play has worked too many times for Dumao to let it slip. He and Sadzen have put this game to a close single-handedly. Obi in a 1-on-5. This task even more impossible than the last. And they're going to put paddle to the metal. Try to get this over with. They won't let him inch close. A deep sigh of upsetting, maybe endings for OMiT is they came so close a lot of times. They could have taken the lead away a lot of times, but Legacy at every step of the way felt just slightly better, just slightly one step.
Into that action as we wave goodbye to 5. We'll see. Anthron, listen, I know the copium tank is running dry, but there might be a chance, because there's always a chance, with OMiT, particularly on this T side, as we jump into Mirage.
The one thing I think that's going to stand out to me and make or break this game for OMiT now is the pistols. I mean, first pistol, arguably very close. Came down to a couple of kills that they couldn't actually collect on this time. Bit different, but I'm loving that flash in everybody's blind. Neck sticks around a little too long. What could have been to get out instead turns back to an even footing. However, they've still got people in this B site. They've still got more where that came from, and it's yet another clutch for Obi, who never made it out of the apartments. Dropping down, another headshot, and it's another clutch attempt, as we've seen it on Ancient. Not one went their way, and Obi's going to try to take his sweet time. Did he see the shoulder? I don't know if he did. No, he definitely didn't, especially with the way he's moving around, but they're timing each other over and over again. Lato refuses to move out.
Yeah, but the bomb is down, actually. So, and I think Lotto has a good idea that that is the case, which means that Obi's the one who needs to make the move. The onus on his shoulders, as opposed to Lotto, who can just play coverage, play to look and see what's going on. And yeah, Obi's still unaware of where Lotto's located. He's thinking, I mean, I haven't seen him mark it by this point, maybe.
Saw him.
Be towards, yeah, this is spotted. Obi now knows, looking for the dink, and oh, he's got it. Just 13 HP, but Lotto just needs a single bullet. That's all that's required. Plenty of time on the clock. He'll get one chance, and he won't deliver. Obi with the 1v2.
This is another thing that we didn't discuss as much. That game, and it wasn't close. Numbers-wise, is the only thing holding it together. But that was with both pistols falling. Completely different game if either one of them swaps hands, because even though it was hectic, even though Legacy were the better team, OMiT could have brought that to the brink if they had gotten one pistol. There's so many different ways, so many different rounds, that if one of them had slipped, yeah, it's a completely role-reversed game.
Back to these
again,
force buys.
It's a force buy.
I mean, keep it going, I guess. No reason not to. A little bit of contact made in mid. That's going to cue up the flashbang down ramp. Lamity defaulting in that direction. He's very alone, and Burn and Lotto are about to be looking the wrong direction. Lotto's still here. Calamity doesn't know. No clue, but there is a contact being made over in Connector. Lotto will win his one. Oh, that's unfortunate for Doomao.
It's still 3-on-3. It's still somewhat close. The only thing keeping them in this round is this scout right now, but it's a double whammy. They're both low, sure, but I mean, the more tags you get, the more realistic this looks. However, now it falls apart, and Lotto has a 1-on-3 to try and clean up. Obi happy to deliver, and it's the first time we've seen OMiT win a Rifle v Force.
Is it really?
I believe so. Fi, chirp in.
That's wild. We'll wait for
voice in my head.
We'll wait for the voices to give confirmation. But yeah, I think that OMiT actually doing a really nice job this round in particular, where I think they weren't doing a great job of it on Ancient, of just playing together. Like, the spacing is just a lot better. And to be fair, I think this is where Mirage is just a lot more comfortable for OMiT. Even though it's really not complicated what they do, they absolutely know what is required of each other and how to play off of one another.
These flashes to come through! Oh, it's the other way, though. Doomao had 2 in CT spawn. I thought the whole idea was going to be set him up, and then they just bust whoever is in Connector and 2-0. He was open to it for a long time, but Doomao never rips it. They were waiting for one jiggle, one piece of information that never comes. However, in comes those flashbangs as Laxi gets pushed down. Doomao maybe looking for that deagle, but the only thing he'll get is a bullet from Calamity's MAC-10.
Obi still yet to go down, actually. 3.
You just had to say it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, I'm giving props. Listen.
I know.
Bro, 1v2'd on the
twisting
pistol.
your ankle.
Twisting my words, more like. This guy. But yeah, Legacy into the first gun round. Sad's in on an op as well, and this is where I think Legacy, there is a lot of pressure on them to have a response to how aggressive OMiT like to play in mid. I mean, you see it. OMiT, this is what I like to call the scrim out mid maneuver, and it's a fan favorite of theirs.
Well, it seems that it's a fan favorite of Legacy's too, because they just shut it down with ease. And Krawls is still sticking around, hoping they give him anything back. Did he see that jump out of window? I think he did. And maybe expecting this to come through. Oh my god, they're all 4 in mid right now. A is vacant, and Krawls has just gotten the trading kill. Calamity's MAC-10. Oh, he looked at the shadow. If he didn't look at the shadow, Burton was dead to rights. They could have had Con, they could have had the world. But now they've got to rotate back into A, as the Con smoke is fading. Up on N2O. It's the first we've seen of OMiT this entire series.
This is brutal. Into O, though, once he can get activated on the op, he is a deadly force with it. He's going to have coverage towards CT. So the numbers get punched in. He'll be first. Tool, but a missed up opportunity. That one was a sitter that Into O normally connects. It's Sadzen's op to close, and OMiT fall. That's so devastating for Calamity as well, because he thinks that that shadow is from somebody lower mid. But it was just the guy on top of the, I don't even know what to call it, on top of the bars there on Catwalk. Oh, that's baited by a shadow the worst way possible.
That's gonna hurt if you're Calamity. I mean, that was the round-winning play. Because it's not like he's going to get 2 from that angle. He's going to get traded. But the point is, it's now a 2-on-2. Now Legacy are completely split up from one another. Not a lot to worry about at all. And con control for at least another 10, 20 seconds. Maybe even a safer plant if they wanted it.
It's a really uncharacteristic miss as well from N2O. Very much a difficult situation that he's put in that normally he's going to deliver. But yeah, this is, again, Legacy, I don't think this is how they normally would approach Mirage. But that group up, re-clear mid, 4 strong, I think is exactly the way that you want to play against OMiT.
Yeah, I mean, they put literally everything they had in stopping mid control from OMiT. I mean, middle of the round, they had 4 people there, so you can't really take that away from them. That's what we call a read, boys. And this is what we call an opening kill from Calamity. He struggled with that on Ancient here. It seems like he snapped back into his ways.
Well, and I mean, credit where it's due for Calamity as well. He really did wake up. You know, the first 6, 7 rounds were problematic, but you absolutely turned up just the same as everybody else. Ooh, Sadzen. So close on that flick, but doesn't deliver. Speaking of ops, N2O. It's actually towards Chair. Doesn't opt into the duel towards Barton.
This is a struggle, man. OMiT are kind of stuck right now, because eventually they have to burst through and go into one of these sites, but that means they've got to go through one of these crossfires. N2O doesn't even bother clearing ladder. That's the op dropped, and what could have made this B site take so much more impactful is gone. However, look at Laxi, and look at Obi. Op drop, that's the biggest obstacle now. Laxi's got a free flank if you buy him time, and that's what Barton's done. And there goes Laxi. What is going on? OMiT are a mess.
Yeah, this is Calamity, 2 HP, but there was so much more that could have been done there for OMiT. The problems are brewing, like, just to name a couple, right? N2O obviously misses the mark, doesn't clear out ladder. That's problematic, but the bomb is dropped back at TV room when they've got 3 players grouping up to go for that B hit. Nobody was there, no opportunity to collect that, so even if they get the site kill, which, I mean, in fairness, Sadzen falls, they just have to clear out Barton, but they don't, and they didn't have the bomb anyway, so even if they did, it would have been around almost certainly in trouble. OMiT, they have done it again. Called them out, said maybe haven't really been taking tac timeouts. That has changed today. They went through a full best of 3. I'm almost certain. I don't think they took a single one in full 3 maps. Today, they're taking their time, giving some chances to think things over, which is a really nice sign. Again, I think that this is OMiT slowly but surely starting to evolve as a team. The changes that I've seen from them over the last couple of weeks.
I mean, the results are getting better and better, so. Feels like maybe it's just a matter of time, though, for now. Legacy still seem very poised to take this tie back where they left it. Didn't stop in connector. The trade's in from Crawls, but it's whatever. I mean, you've got so many players hanging around mid that it's kind of irrelevant. And the round goes just like that. Legacy with their 3rd. End of the 7th we go. Again, tied up. Wait, what? They did. He's right. They lost the up.
You're right.
What? Did they have to rebuy that?
Yeah, they did.
I was gonna say, I saw like 4 guns out, and then I saw Nekis by a M4.
I was double checking on the tac pauses, by the way, from yesterday, just to make sure I'm not telling stories. And yeah, no, not a single one over the 3 map series against Take Flight. But yeah, again, adjustments made, and maybe making a mountain out of a molehill here a little bit, but the game as close as that last one. It's important to take some time. Neck is on the refrag. Lotto might have gone down, and that's all of the A presence gone. Lexi caught walking through the smoking window. Satson's looking for more. He's got the quick scope up over onto N2O, and this is falling apart. OMiT individually taking some duels and losing them all.
Dude, Sadson just cleaned at A. And OMiT are kind of scratching their heads there. I mean, it almost kind of feels like when they went up mid, they got caught between 2 different ideas. You saw them wanting to maybe go up connector and punish the isolation and stairs, because you know where all 3 A players are. But then you see Laxi go into window, and they start to back away, but he's still going up. It's a whole mess. And I love the way Legacy have played around this, because in a couple of these rounds, too, they haven't even broken the vent. I mean, I want to point out, I think it was 2 rounds ago on that cat scale, or, you know, the cat scale is quote-unquote, where N2O falls. They didn't break the vent until later on in the round, because they knew there was a world somebody got up into window. I loved it.
Yeah, I mean, good attention to detail, and I think that's a story that Legacy are consistently telling. Neck is, just how do you anticipate that if you're OMiT? How do you have any indication that there's a guy up in Palace, man? Obviously, they had the players for that to be possible, and you should maybe be a little suspicious when you're getting a plant without finding the A player, but Sadson, what a incredible round he's having. I mean, this quickscope is incredible.
That first kill, though, I mean, it was a head scratcher, right? Because that play works if you're still scaling con, but they weren't. They made noise going up con, then they made noise going away from con. So Sadson was going to know of the possibility of somebody being in window. Only way Laxi comes away with that kill is if he phases that smoker, waits for it to fade, and then makes his play. But instead, he kind of just walks in.
I mean, he's trying to hope for a little bit of a timing there, and it's just a dangerous game. Wow.
Oh my lord, Jesus, dude. They are sprinting out.
Palace popper.
Insane setup, dude. Insane setup from them. Legacy looking good, but they still have the Tech 9 to worry about. Uh-oh. Oh, no, it's become a mess again. Krulls, I don't think he takes this round with him. Call me crazy, but another kill maybe? A plant? I mean, these are all reasonable deductions. I mean, smoke starts to clear. They wanted that kill first.
Yeah, there was a lot of missed shots from Legacy to allow Krulls that opportunity. But yeah, I mean, you were gushing about the setup. Yeah, a really strong setup. And actually, what's interesting is that they had 3 players there really quickly. It's been pretty consistent for Legacy. They haven't necessarily been fighting OMiT at mid early round. Instead, taking extremities, mostly towards A, a lot of times towards ramp. And, well, it's been really effective. OMiT trying to catch them off guard, doing that once again, and they end up in the perfect scenario to fight against it.
And honestly, I kind of like the way Legacy have been playing it too. You're right, they haven't been fighting mid. I think that has to do with the fact that OMiT, when they take mid, they've struggled to advance past it. They've struggled to get up cat. They've struggled to get in window. They've struggled to go up con. And inevitably, they just kind of shoot themselves in the foot trying to get into a site, as we've seen. So they stick to their guns, take the extremities again this time around. I think OMiT have had other ideas. The first kill goes their way. Sadson looks for a trade, unsuccessful. And so they vacate in a 5-on-4. Again in window, though. Threatening, rather.
Barton actually was spotted out really deep into apartments. And what's funny is that he's like fully disengaged from that area. And they're leaning towards the A site. Yeah, Legacy are entirely discounting the fact that this could be a B hit with Laxi inside of ladder. This is a round that OMiT should have no problem winning. In fact, Legacy, I would imagine, as soon as they realize it's B, will be calling a save, unless Sadson somehow gets in there early enough to get a kill.
I think that ship has sailed, though. Yeah, they've already got onto the site, but wait, hold on a second. They didn't do their due diligence. They didn't smoke window, molly into it, nothing. Instead, they're just holding angles and walking into Satson around it. I think you and I were both in agreement. Should have just ended up with Legacy calling it off, saying it's a save in the 4-on-5. Now it's back on, and they're all rerouting through market with utility double, triple made out of the site.
Oh!
Calamity barely survives, but they know if somebody's here, it's done damage. Crawls also battered and bruised as they gear up for the retake. Plenty of time, that's not the worry. The kills are Laxi, gets something back, but it might be a little too late. Shots missed by everybody, and it's a mess again, but eventually it's Legacy's mess, one they cleaned up and stole around in doing so with.
Yeah, I mean, Sadson has really delivered for them there, but it is, unfortunately, you can't call it like a huge mistake out of OMiT. They didn't actually have the smoke for window. They didn't have that. They needed to be more cognizant of that fact that there could be somebody there. I mean, they're walking onto a B site that was entirely understaffed. There's nobody home. And after that, you have to be a little bit more respectful of Sadson's AWP. This actually could have gone back OMiT's way, but out of bullets at the wrong moment for Calamity. And it's all gone wrong. OMiT, a team that's good from the disadvantage, loses with the advantage.
Well, again, they found the opening pick. This is like a role reversal of Ancient, where it felt like we saw a lot of times OMiT getting opened and then coming back and winning a round in the most unrealistic way possible. Now it's like these are rounds, they're getting big openers. They shouldn't be dropping them, and then they just kind of fall apart.
I mean, and that's a relatively new thing as well, right? It's only been the last 2 or 3 rounds that's been true for OMiT. Prior to that, Legacy actually were pretty much owning them in those opening engagements. At the very least, they were always trading effectively and gaining map control off the back of it. But now, you're right, Legacy, it's the corner turned where OMiT are the ones in the driver's seat, and OMiT really love this B site, I've noticed, because they are headed back to it once again.
This time they've got a bit of utility. The one thing that alarms me, no flashes. Now, these are the kind of rounds you see players like Barton really break those chains around bench. It's perfect for multi-kills, and when you've got perfect vision, there's no problem destroying a B push. It takes 2 things to make a thing go right, and Legacy keep the streak rolling.
And this time, there is a smoke on Laxi. They just want to contact out on B. They hope to catch somebody off guard, and that's why they're not tossing what little utility that they do have. But at this point, OMiT, I think that is a problem that has consistently been showing, whether it be today or previously against this Legacy team, just missing some small bits and pieces on the utility.
Oh my god, look at Nekis. They threw nothing. They didn't flash, they didn't smoke, they didn't molly. He just walked in. This is the kind of round where Legacy beats you at your own game. Because this looks like it's straight out of OMiT's playbook. OB, another opening pick, but this whole round is on a timer. And wherever this flank goes is going to determine that going around through ramp. Calamity's been here every single time.
Yeah, they know that there's somebody to clear out. This is looking like it's going to be an A play, but the bomb is still on catwalk. Neck is just going to get confirmation that nobody else is here. That's Lotto from the site, able to dispatch, and now it's clear what's going on. Barton's got the lockdown on the bomb. That was in 2-0, solo alone. OMiT have overcooked. They got a little bit too complex with little utility to work with. Not only that, but Neck is just free of charge, getting backstab on Calamity. Means that the information was gained from the beginning.
Oh, I wouldn't keep toying with this. Still don't want to throw away guns, I'd say. Even though you got cash to splurge. Don't give Crawls any confidence. Don't give Crawls any confidence.
That's fair enough, but yeah. If there is a moment where you can splash that cash, it is now. 15K on Barton. After the bye, Lotto's got 12. And we're into the final round.
Scarily similar to what we saw in the first Mirage bouting between these two.
Yeah.
Again, score-wise, I'm pretty sure the first half ended 9-3.
Very dominant, that's for sure. and a missing piece in Laxi as well. Now Nekis is about to go down. Just a bit of unfortunate Counter-Strike timing for him. It's another opening pick for OMiT. 5-on-4.
Oh, we've seen one. We haven't seen two opening picks. That's for sure. So now Lotto, it's his turn as they continue to walk up through the smoke. He knew he was ready, but not ready enough. As soon as he looks away, Crawls catches him. It's that timing they've been looking for the whole half. And now, dare I say, this shouldn't be around OMiT are even capable of dropping. Bomb down, 4-on-2. It's just unrealistic.
But, I mean, look at the fact that N2O is actually on the other side of the map. If this starts to fall apart, okay, Dumal goes 1-for-1, but now this should be the guarantee. Barton might have a kit, but N2O's come back in. Everybody's on the same page. Triple swing, ultimately, is what gives them that round. OMiT win the first 3, and they don't win another until the final round of the half.
Yeah, that was ugly. I mean, there were so many rounds. OMiT actually looked like they were putting something good together, but in one way or another, it would just crumble. And I mean, I'm glad they, for their own sake, could finally put pen to paper, but
see,
this
I'm
is
not
a difference
even
of one round.
I'm not even sure, like, if I agree that it looked good from OMiT.
No, it didn't.
Because I think even in the rounds that they had advantages, they just really mismanaged them.
These post plants are something that I seriously think needs looking into.
You can see out to A. Game plan. They've got a couple of players late towards mid as well who are going to be... Actually, they've got 3 late towards mid. That's where the bomb's located. It's hiding behind the other players. Up to Cat. Calamity needs more than that, and he will do just enough. 2 out of Calamity. 2 from Laxi. Nekis with a 1v5. Up to the task? Maybe not.
He said, you know what? I want to take down this guy in mid. I want to get a kill out of this. Even though I think Laxi saw him, right? Like, I'm pretty sure this is info they have. No? They don't. Okay, so... Nekis might be good for one. Never mind. Calamity looks sharp on the pistol. Full house between he and Laxi. And OMiT get this show on the road. 2 for 2 on pistols.
And that is certainly one way to help bail out a rough map of Counter-Strike is win both pistols. And as much as we never saw any pistol mean anything in map number 1, it has meant the world in map number 2 for OMiT already, and it's most likely going to be the case again, because Legacy, they're not going to opt into that crazy 4-spy setup that we were seeing on Ancient. There's a save here and an Astralis stack with Glocks.
Oh, pfft. Damn.
Now, these are some immaculate Glock vibes.
Later, bro. Oh, wait, are they... I love this, too, because we were talking a lot about, like, how OMiT do the most weird stuff. And it is so OMiT to just walk up mid again in the late round. And that's literally why Legacy haven't moved. Because eventually somebody's gonna do it.
Yeah, I mean, I would tend to agree. Legacy seemed a little bit more impatient. Nice angle from Calamity to get that initial frag, but now he's got only the P2K. He goes down. Already a couple of kills. Prowls? This should be relatively simple, but you never know. Okay, all good.
You know, I was originally questioning why Calamity stuck around after that first kill. But I kind of wonder if his intention was to spray through his whole mag so when they picked it up and rushed into a site, it wouldn't be loaded.
There is, I would put it at a 3% chance that was his thought process.
It hit me, because that's the only reason I could be like, okay, maybe that's why he stuck around. Because, like, why didn't he just get that first kill and run? Anyway.
I think I want ecos. That's the answer.
You know what? That's probably the right one. How comes Razor?
Nice opener there from Dumal, but this is where OMiT are actually quite strong on Mirage. Typically, they're good on refrags. Great when given the opportunity to work with one another, but Obi's about to be isolated. In fact, already is. Has it all to do.
Oh, wow.
Legacy are pretty slow on this approach.
Yeah, that's hard. I mean, I loved the way that OMiT went about this round, but it's just so good from Legacy right now. 1v4 for Calamity. Long range, the MP9 is his specialty, but it is still an MP9 at the end of the day, so not like you're going to have the biggest of advantages against AKs, and Legacy hold that over your head.
Yeah, if those had not been head-armored opponents, it would have been a different story. So OMiT win the 2 rounds off the back of their pistol and lose the next. Now, money is such that they should be saving. But you never know. Yeah, this was actually really interesting timing from Legacy coming out on A. They really gave a lot of time for OMiT to try and make a counterplay and walk into the crosshairs of Legacy there.
No, for now, it's just 4 spies. Again,
No.
who's surprised? Not me.
It's not a force buy.
Okay,
This
I
is
might
a
have
save.
looked at the weapons and then seen Calamity's full buy and assumed.
You haven't learned.
No, I haven't. It's just so weird, because I keep looking at Calamity, I'm like, oh, MP9 armor? Yeah, this is a buy.
Buy it every round, baby. Never broke. Always got the full buy.
Get your money up. This is crazy. Legacy are going to come walking right into this.
I mean, if there was a chance for them, OMiT that is, to win this round, this is it.
They full committed, though. Those smokes are thrown. They've already committed to this B site. Dumal, he was just a second asset to flank, but he's not needed. Everybody falls. And OMiT's stack is a gutter ball.
Dude, that's crazy that he's checking Ninja there after getting 2 kills on the site. That is just absolutely fantastic. Crossing the T's, dotting the I's. Legacy, that is the reason that we talk about them as such a high caliber team that consistently has been putting the screws to a squad like OMiT. I mean, yeah, it's just all of the little things done right. So OMiT really in trouble. This is sort of their, their last chance to really maintain or grab back control of this map is this round here.
Yep. And I think Legacy know it, because look at the pace. They just go in. Through the smokes, no flashes, say, you know what? Maybe we'll stick to what Bai said in the pregame. Ooh, Molly's beaten N2O. He got tagged. They heard it. There was one flash back, but these trades from Legacy are superb. Crawls another from CT as they look to hang on. And there's a flank building up that Calamity seems to be aware of. And they look to isolate this fight in sight. I'm surprised the gun isn't exchanged. Okay, it is. They're going to try to double swing this.
Mao got a little ahead of
this round's done.
Out of the curve. Yeah, Calamity dead to the flank. Nekis is very patiently dialed up. Legacy put themselves up to 11. It's another reset for the OMiT economy. Here's where you might continue to see that force buy, because this is a game that might be entirely out of the reach of OMiT. Now this is the surprise. They're going for an eco, giving up 12, playing for the comeback in OT.
I mean, are you really surprised?
I
Bold
am.
calls seem like it's a statement of OMiT's now. Like, it's weird, because, like, at all the times you'd be like, yeah, force buying for OMiT is where it's going to happen. And then they just don't.
That's a lot
Like,
of space that Laxi picked up in Underpass, and Legacy's got to re-clear this. This is going to take a lot of time to do, and they've already given it up. This is fantastic, actually, for OMiT. They could definitely be winning this round.
I actually really love the angle that Laxi's sitting up on right now. I mean, think you take one engagement, win or lose it, fall away. That's your only way you come away on top this round, because you don't have the utility to stop them from coming into a site take. You just need to have a massive advantage, so when they do, it doesn't go their way. But this push is not going to do you any favors. Oh, they even spotted Obi. Barton, there was a world he gets traded, and that's the one we're living in. Okay, I thought Crawls would just be a free second, but no. 3-on-4 A is vacant for now as they quickly look to close up that hole originally left open. Everybody sprinting in with the utility flying over, and they're ready for this push from Legacy. But how ready? N2O, not enough. AK's gone.
One more AK still in hand. That's for Laxi. He's come back in already. Oh, but gets demolished. Now it's just the pistols. Hell's on stairs and Calamity elsewhere. Wants the AK, but is denied that chance. Nothing for Legacy to go wrong in that last hurrah out towards A. That is another round where Legacy just incredibly good at dealing with issues where traditionally I think if most teams lose this much space, they are panicking. They are not sure how to deal with it, but they just re-clear up into apartments, do so enough that OMiT still have to play respectfully of it and stick together the push out A once they realize the mid push has come through.
Oh, again, another opener comes the way of OMiT. This time it's a very fast trade. Something we haven't seen from them in a while is this strength around mid. They were scared to go for it toward the end of the first half. Now, inverse. With one of the biggest rounds for them on the line, they decide why not. Give it a crack one more time. This will be a free kill from Calamity. Dumao doesn't even have his gun out. Easy collection in OMiT stay alive. For how long? That's still undecided.
A little bit of classic OMiT on that round, especially when you're talking about the mid presence, the aggression, constantly taking fights, and Legacy just hand him over. So in this case, they don't end up winning it. A very quiet game from Dumao as well, which is another reason that you just got to hand it to Legacy. You know, their biggest stars have been missing, and they're still doing all of this work. That is a lot of HEs that go towards the bottom of a connector. Another way in which Legacy makes OMiT's playstyle difficult.
Avoided it for now, but the threat is there and very, very real. Good molly behind the mid boxes forces the fight that Krawls actually wants. And they escape with their 5-on-4. It's not frequent, I feel like, we see this from OMiT. A lot of the times we see them get these man advantages, it's just individuals walking in to look and extend. But here, it's a lot of setup from OMiT.
And set up off the back of some individuals. I mean, Krawls tossing that molly, forcing the fight. Necessarily have anybody right next to him, but if you're going to win it, all well at the end of the day. Legacy group back up. Be a smoke for mid window being tossed as Calamity's just now gotten the information. Krawls spotted. And the Calamity's position known, but Barton takes a little too long to reset that spray.
There's the bomb. I mean, they know it's here. Sads, and they walk back into the scope of the AWP. However, at this rate, again, this seems another round that's kind of hard to toss away, but with only one person on site. N2O leaves this round a lot more interesting, and I thought he had the kill lined up, but no. Satson, beautiful shot, keeps the rebuys coming, but the round still falls their way.
Hold off on those rebuys, actually, because what does the money look like? It is all over the place. Because of that, they're going to have a hero rifle or two around a save for Legacy. OMiT, once again, it's never a free round, really. But, oh my goodness, that was even more impressive from Sadzin's perspective. Dumao doesn't have a gun?
He doesn't need it.
He's looking for his Glock. Yeah, there he found it.
Oh my god! That's just mental damage. Like, it's not actually a lot of damage, but it's just mental damage.
Three dinks through the wall.
Dude. That's a clean kill. That rifle should be recoverable, though. With the way he fell, it should easily be picked back up. Good stuff from Obi again. He feels very reliant on, or these openers feel very reliant on him for OMiT. Almost every single time he's delivered it. But it's not enough just yet. Not enough to keep them stacked into this B site. Not enough to have them really dig in. Instead, they've got to keep somewhat of an understanding that players will need to fast rotate to A if things start to go that direction. For now, though, it's just Calamity. His flash, his smoke. Some basic stuff for a B defender. Just the anchor jumping around, having a good time. Oh, wow. That is insane.
They know what to expect, but Barton not looking towards the catwalk side. Calamity jumps out. The crossfire set. Lotto up Cat does his level best. It's not enough to win them the round. Might get one more out of this. In fact, he will.
Kills are a big deal. OMiT's money is still not that great. Gotta remember, this was a save from Legacy. They had a couple of hero bot rifles, sure, but that was ultimately a save. However, I just do want to say, if my eyes don't deceive me, OMiT have a chance to get themselves onto double digits against this team for the first time in history.
That they do, yes. It's been 5 maps, 5 losses, and none of those breaking that double-digit mark. OMiT, that opportunity now given, and even more so if they continue to put together victories. Remedy had the money, opting for the MP9 still. Into so very blind.
Oh my god, Crawls with a nade out on Cat! And I thought it might have been a double to Mao. When you see a shot like that, movement like that, you almost feel like it's lined up. However, OMiT have held it down to a 4-on-4. Still a lot lacking for this post plant seeming to be. They need to pop open the smoke. Flank, they still not entirely covered in connector. Dink, no cigar. It's a 3-on-4 with the game on the line, and up through stairs comes Nekiz. Another piece of their own medicine, and it's Calamity's MP9 to stand against the world in a 1-on-3 to try and change history. His last flash goes high, but the MP9 goes down in Legacy. Will not let them break through that barrier. It's back-to-back 13-9s and a not-so-unexpected 2-0.
Yeah, and that's the rounds where I just think you need an import if you're Calamity. As much as the MP9 situation is, it's like fun.